My name is Trixie the Golden Witch, and this is my interview series where I ask musicians about themselves. I usually start by asking them to introduce themselves.
I go by Charles King. I'm an artist out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been touring all over the place.
My name is Ivy. I am also an artist out of Las Vegas, Nevada. But I went to high school out here and lived in Elko, Nevada for like 6-7 years. So this is kind of my hometown too.
I'm best known for the fact that I'm a world famous anime fan.
Okay.
So my first question I always ask is, what is your favorite anime?
You're gonna hate me. I've never watched an anime in my life.
Not a single one.
Not a one.
No Dragon Ball, Naruto, none of it?
I've obviously heard of these. I just haven't gotten into it. I would love to. I should check some shit out soon.
May I interrupt? B, you say this a lot about yourself. You can find any person and know what anime they should start with.
Sure, what's your favorite show or movie?
Man, my favorite movie of all time?
Avina.
A movie that I've watched. Damn, this is hard. God damn.
Alright, we'll come back to
It's
you.
like Nardwar. Put me on the spot. Nardwar is?
I do know who Nardwar is.
As far as anime goes for me, like, I am a little bit of a deeper fan of anime. Like, obviously, I'm not like super deep, but like, I love Naruto, I love Dragon Ball Z, obviously. Super's amazing. I've watched all of Super, I've watched Broly, like, I love Super. I'm also super into fucking, honestly, Death Note. Death Note is my favorite
Hey, I've seen
anime
Death
of
Note
all
on
night.
Netflix. The show.
Okay.
That
You
is
have seen
dope.
anime. You
That
said
is
you have
dope.
The show or the movie?
Show.
Okay, so you've seen anime.
The movie.
The movie. So you've seen the Death Note movie.
Yeah. It was good.
The live
If you
action.
like it, that's good enough for me.
It was my favorite movie of all time. Was Death Note.
Really?
No, but
Oh.
but for the sake of the interview, that's my favorite movie.
Okay, so a live action movie.
Alright.
But like, I like Lakeith Stanfield. Like, I'm a
Have you
hip-hop
seen Sorry to Bother You?
What, Sorry to, yes, I have.
Yeah, Sorry to
I
Bother You
have.
is great. I love
No,
Lakeith
honestly,
Stanfield.
Atlanta is a great show. I'm a hip hop
Atlanta
head.
is a good
I'm a
show.
hip hop head. So like,
Hip hop
when it comes to like Lakeith, like, I'm super dope into him. Like,
haven't been
when I watched Death Note, the fucking live action, I was
Is
obviously,
Lakeith Stanfield in that?
He is. He's L.
I can't.
Oh my god, I
He's
didn't
out.
realize that.
I have to turn the camera around to myself for a quick second.
He's L.
I
He's
don't.
out.
I
That's
don't have
insanity.
a favorite movie, but I do
Anyways,
have a
he's
favorite
out.
show, which is Breaking Bad. Was my favorite show. That
That's
was my
a good
favorite
show.
of
That's
all
a
That's a
great
pretty
show.
standard answer.
That's a
What
good
anime
show.
do you recommend based on that?
Oh, based on Breaking Bad? I mean, if you like the Death Note movie, you probably like
really
the Death
did.
Note anime. So
I should watch
The
it.
Death Note anime
I'm
is
gonna watch
incredible.
the Death Note anime.
The Death Note anime is the greatest anime I've ever watched of all time.
All right, we got to move on.
Yeah,
What's the
okay.
first thing that inspired you guys to create music?
Okay.
Tupac.
So I used to freestyle all the time off the top of the head at the parks and shit in Las Vegas, and I really enjoyed it. It was a way for me to get attention. So I didn't get much attention at home. I had a crazy family life, and I would go out and I would be the only white boy freestyling. And when I got attention from that, because I was pretty good at the freestyling, it showed me that, damn, this is fun, because I was getting a lot of attention from it, and that made me want to rap. And then other than that, my favorite rapper growing up was DMX. That was my first big artist that I listened to constantly.
All right, so how has the place that you guys claim is your hometown influenced the way that you write your music?
I'm influenced by it personally. I grew up in Vegas pretty much my whole life. I was born in Phoenix, but I've been in Vegas my whole life. And the reason it's influenced me is because we have a very diverse culture out there. We have people from everywhere. I mean, our Muslim community is big, Jewish community is big, whites, black, Latinos, Asians. It's very, very large out there. That community for everyone is big, and I had to learn how to adapt to everybody's culture. And I've learned a lot about everybody's culture and learned how to respect it, and I love it, and I love people in general. I just love people. So that influences my music to make music that everyone can enjoy. I don't make gangster music. I don't make music that's derogatory towards any type of person. I make music that people can have fun with.
So I grew up in Elko through high school. So I got to move out to Reno for a few years, and I've lived in Vegas for 5 years now. Hip hop's not always the premier culture that Nevada looks to, especially in Vegas, and especially in Reno. Sometimes that's not what people look to is hip hop music. But to see culture kind of start to shift a little bit. Like, in general, obviously the culture is starting to shift to pop culture being more hip-hop culture, but also the culture of just music in general is becoming more open to hip-hop, and we're able to do hip-hop on the stripper game, we're able to do hip-hop in different places. It's like,
It's like the most popular genre in the world, right?
It is. It used to be hip-hop is pop music. Hip-hop is pop music.
What do you wish you had known about the music business like 3-5 years ago?
The experience I have now of touring and all the things that I have now, I wish I would have known that it doesn't need to be so much of a competitive sport. Show love and get love back. When I first started, I was a bit of an asshole. I thought that it was competitive. I had a big ego and it burned a lot of bridges for me, and it set me back a lot. I used to go by Charlie Madness. I did a whole reinvention when COVID hit, and I became Charles King, and I decided that it's not so competitive and I need to show love to more people. That was my biggest learning, was just let the ego go and just be who you are. If you are the person that you are in the mirror every single day and you're okay with that.
And I agree, like, just kind of letting yourself go. It took me a long time to be comfortable with my voice, which sounds kind of weird, but it took me a while to be comfortable with, like, yo, this is what I need to sound like when I rap. Now that I'm at that point, it's like, it comes out so much easier now, because it's like, I know what I need to sound like, I know what I do sound like, I'm comfortable with what I sound like.
What's your favorite thing about being a part of the world of hip-hop?
I love when I rap and the feeling that I get when I get off a stage and people embrace me. I love being embraced by the people that I come out as a hip-hop head and I love it, and then when people love what I do as a hip-hop artist, it makes me feel like I'm a part of something. And I love being a part of something that's bigger than me. Like I said, when I first started, it wasn't like that for me. I didn't care about the bigger picture. But now that I care about the bigger picture and I realize that it's so much bigger than me, and there's just this giant culture and it's growing. It's not just blacks and Latinos in New York and Harlem and Bronx that are doing it. Man, this is worldwide.
And I think that's kind of what I want to build on too, is like, it's not just this certain demographic anymore. Like, hip hop has grown into such a big ass thing. Like, it's everything now. Hip hop is everything. Hip hop is everywhere. Hip hop is in the music, the dances, the movies, the TV shows. Hip hop is in everything now. So it's like, it's crazy. Like, obviously I'm a hip hop head and I love to listen to like the traditional sounds of hip hop, Wu-Tang, Tupac, and the people who come from that. But honestly, I'm very open to other sounds of hip hop as well. The Young Thugs, the Futures, I'm open to all that, because it's the way that hip hop is evolving, and it's something that is important to the culture too. So
Shit brings people together.
it brings people together.
It brings
Exactly.
people together that would never be together. And one form of music in the culture brings people that are so diverse and all together.
Do you know what hip hop stands for? Like the words hip and hop.
I mean, no, but I do know what.
Hip, conscious, hop, movement.
Okay,
Conscious movement. That's what hip hop's about.
okay.
That's it. And the elements.
Elements, graffiti, b-boy, breakdancing, rhyming, DJing, and
Knowledge.
Producing. And
Knowledge.
And knowledge.
I would even say after all these years, there's more elements than just like
Absolutely.
There is.
and it's
There
growing.
is. There is.
But yeah, that's the basic.
What would y'all consider to be the core messages of your lyrics?
Damn, that's deep. So every song I have is different, but I do touch a lot on addiction. I used to be a drug addict myself back in the days. I've had a lot of friends that I've lost to addiction. Focusing on addiction is big. I have a lot of songs on that, and I like to tell people that it's okay, that somebody out there loves you, and reach out to people and ask for help. And it's okay to ask for help. Don't let your ego be the best of you.
Mine is more so my battles with depression and anxiety. I've fought with mental health issues a lot of my life, and It's something that I still battle with. It's something that I think a lot of people battle with, so I just try to be as honest and open in my music as possible because, you know, if I'm able to, other people will be able to too, and that's what really matters.
Showing people they can be themselves.
All right, who's your top 5 favorite rappers of all
Ooh,
time?
we were talking about this already earlier, this tour, bro.
That's hard, bro.
It's hard as fuck. Okay, let me go.
Gotta be quick, be quick.
Tupac is my favorite rapper of all time. Nas is coming in probably at second. I'm gonna keep it kind of basic, but whatever. I'm gonna give Method Man number 3. I'm gonna give M number 4, and then number 5 I'm gonna give to I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Biggie.
I don't think any of those were basic choices. I think those were all really good choices.
I'm gonna go M, DMX. So
hard.
hard, bro.
We're on the spot.
All right.
We got
M,
to think earlier.
DMX, Andre 3000,
Great choice.
Yellow Wolf, and number 5. I don't want to leave anybody out that I care about. That's super dope. The number 5, I'm gonna have to go with. You know what? Just because of the recent verses, I'm gonna give it to Jadakiss.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Your point of
D-block.
contention with the
Yo.
last question should be alleviated with this next question.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, who's an artist that you would work with immediately if they hit you up right
Sorry, the next question. This is a good one too.
Artists I
but-
would work with immediately if they hit me up. Well, literally everyone I just named. But if I had to work with one artist right now that fits what I do, man, I'd just give it to Eminem. I mean, I would love to do a song with M. Growing up, that dude was so influential. I can't do DMX because rest in peace.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with J. Cole. Although I will say, I grew up did a lot of dirt on Douglas Street, right over here. That's the block over. That's D Block. Shout out to Jadakiss. That's D Block for Elko, Nevada. That's D Block over here. So shout out Jadakiss.
It's right over there.
That being said, J. Cole. Although Jadakiss is one of my favorites too. Shout out to D Block.
All right, now the question I was actually talking about.
Yeah, who's the most underrated artist that you
I gotta go. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Currency. I was talking to him about him earlier today. I'm a big weed smoker myself, and I think Currency is like an artist that, as far as his legacy goes, like he's rapped with Wiz Khalifa. I fuck with Wiz. I like Wiz a lot, but he's out-rapped with Wiz on multiple tracks. He's rapped with Lil Wayne, and I fuck with Lil Wayne, a goat. But he's rapped at least as good as Lil Wayne on multiple songs. And not just that, but Currency's been releasing music for 15 to 20 years straight. Consistently, I could listen to a Currency album and it's like, yo, this shit's
My
dope
most
as fuck.
underrated artist of all time is Ludacris.
That's a good choice.
really? Okay.
It's a good choice.
Ludacris is underrated as a
Good
lyricist.
choice.
Yeah, he's done the movies and he's still famous.
Yo, I agree.
But as a lyricist,
Good choice.
Ludacris is underrated. He's had
Good choice.
many hits. His live performance is amazing. His albums are amazing. Ludacris is dope.
I haven't seen him live, but I grew up with Ludacris. Even just the videos made a
He's
lot of
never in
impact
anybody's
on
top
me.
5, but he deserves to be. Luda's
He does.
dope.
Luda is a great choice.
Yeah.
I can't argue with Luda at all. Luda's a great
Yeah,
choice.
Luda's my most
Luda's a great choice.
All right.
Isn't that the last question?
Snap.
We got 2 more.
2 more.
Actually 3 more. What's your favorite thing to do off stage?
Off stage is to go up to people and tell them to follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I'm trying.
What's
to
your
like that
Instagram?
shit.
Yes,
Charles King Music.
Spelled normal. Right?
Spelled normal. Charles
King Music.
All one word.
Just for context, I'm
All
gonna zoom
one
in on
word.
your bling
Yeah, the
bling.
king. Yeah. That's my favorite thing to do, though. And just talk to people.
My favorite thing to do is listen to
Smoke
hip-hop
weed.
music and then smoke weed. So
That's my
being
favorite thing to
said-
do off stage. That's always the answer I expect when I ask this
Smoke
question.
weed. Smoke weed is one of my favorite things to do off stage. That being said, speaking of Charles King music, you can follow me at I Hate Ivy.
But that wasn't one of your favorite things,
IVY.
so
Yeah, it is.
do that.
Instagram's cool.
All right.
Do you like
Facebook's
plugging your
cool.
Instagram just
Yeah,
as much as you?
I like plugging my Twitter.
All
which
right,
is
all right.
I Hate Ivy. And if you should choose to, my Instagram and my Snapchat and my Spotify and my Facebook and all that shit is the same thing. I
Oh, that
hate
answers one of my
Ivy.
questions, which is where can we see you and find your stuff?
Right.
Charles King music.
Okay, one question, final question.
Yeah, last question. Who's a living legend you think deserves more love? And are there any shout outs you want to give?
I'm gonna put you on the spot first. I'm going first every time. You've had time to think.
Living legends.
Deserves more respect.
Living legends that deserve more respect.
6 months ago, could have been DMX.
I'm gonna give Black Thought his flowers.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That's a
I'm
good
gonna
answer.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my dog from here in the city, from here in the town. It was a kill.
Hell
I
yeah.
give his flowers too. He's done great. He's done a great job. I'm gonna give Echo his flowers. He's from Vegas. He's done some really dope shit. I think Method Man also is an underrated artist. Redman also an underrated artist. They deserve their flowers, yo. Jadakiss.
You are not
his
the first
stock is
person-
going up.
You're not the first person in Elko to mention Red and Method Man, but y'all are the first to mention Jadakiss.
Jada's great.
His verses shut it
Jada's
down.
great. Jada shut it down. I got to shout out Cameron too, man. He
A
deserves
living
his flowers,
legend for
bro.
me that deserves more respect is somebody that's keeping the culture alive through their podcast, and they've had multi-platinum records, but they don't get a lot of love usually, is Noriega.
Nori.
That's my
Yeah,
motherfucking dude
Noriega.
right
He
there.
does. He does.
Noray's huge,
Drink
man.
Champs.
Drink
Drink
Champs.
Champs deserves
He
it.
had platinum records. He was on freaking The Rock. He's big, man. At any point in time when Jay-Z was
Noriega
popping,
deserves it.
when Nas was popping, when Dipset was popping, all the Locks, all these dudes at their height, Nore was dropping platinum records, and they were still getting overlooked. And that dude keeps it real for hip hop and brings
Yeah.
everybody on Drink Champs and
Facts.
shows them love.
Facts.
Nori.
Facts. Nori. That's a good choice.
Yep.
That's great shit, man. All right, thanks both of y'all.
Thank
for
you
doing
so
this.
much. I appreciate it. Oh shit. We are white. Our handshakes are not on point all the time.
White and drunk. That's how it works.
My handshake has never been on point, and I've been coming to these shows for 2 years.
I appreciate y'all for doing the
We need to
interview.
get a pic, right?
Yeah, let's get a picture.
Let's get a pic.